Hi, welcome back to On the Volley, okay, where we talk about all things football. And as you can see, as you already know, I talk only practically about Celtic. Now we're back here in the middle of Rome, in the centre of Rome, sorry. Why do I always say middle of Rome? I haven't got a clue. I'm in the centre of Rome. We're outside Finnegan's, the Irish pub, the Celtic pub in Rome. And yes, we're here to watch Celtic versus Bodo Glimt, and I hope I pronounced that right. Now, I feel very honoured today because I'm with two ardent, long-time standing Celtic supporters. To my left, I have Jeanette.
Hello.
And to my right, I have Eddie.
Buonasera.
Oh, that's really good. He's been practicing his Italian. So, listen, we're going to talk about Bodo Glimt quickly, but before that, I want some background on Jeanette and Eddie. We go to Jeanette first, ladies first. Jeanette, a little bit of background, please.
Well, I'm well involved in Celtic fan organisations. I've been around as one of the founding members of the Celtic Trust, and we're all about fans owning Celtic, which is an aim that we have. I was strongly involved in the Fans Against Criminalisation organisation that managed to get the Offensive Behaviour Act repealed. That was a major victory for working class football fans. And generally, I'm just a lifelong Celtic supporter, born into a Celtic supporting family, and that's what we do.
Well, listen, I'm full of admiration. Well done. Okay, enough respect, as we say in the East End of London. Great stuff. Eddie, what about you?
Yeah, like Jeanette, born into a Celtic family, followed Celtic home and away all of my life. Both myself and Jeanette are fairly active in the sort of Celtic fans front. We're fans activists. We're great believers in the history of the club, the foundation of the club, and we're great believers that Celtic are the fans. The great man says, without the fans, football is nothing. And we firmly believe that. And what we are about is about fan ownership of Celtic and, you know, supporting the aims of the Celtic Trust. And we run a supporters club in the East End of Glasgow as well. We travel home and away everywhere, and you know, it's in our blood. You know, this is probably the first game we've missed at Celtic Park for, I don't know, pandemic, you know, excluding, you know.
Well, the last time we were in Rome was for the Lazio game.
Yeah.
That's the last time we were here.
Absolutely.
We were able to get here, but yeah. So
yeah.
obviously it's been a difficult time for everybody, but for people who regularly go to football, not being able to get into grounds was a nightmare.
Well, I completely agree with both of you. Again, my admiration, okay, for everything you've done, okay, for the Celtic supporters, okay, and the Celtic Trust. And you said it rightly. Football is for the fans, okay? And as for, you know, the football ownership, I completely agree with you. And I know that the English Premier League, okay, they're pushing towards that. I firmly believe that we should go that way. And that is the way that, if I'm not mistaken, the Bundesliga, the German teams have. So that would be a great achievement. Whether or not it will happen, that I can't say. Hopefully it will one day. Because
it will happen. Maybe not in our lifetime, but it will happen.
Yeah, well, definitely, because, you know, you said it, sorry, Eddie, okay, right, football is for the fans. Anyway, okay, so let's go on to the game. Now, I'm going to go to Eddie first on this, yeah? Eddie, what do you think of the game tonight? What's your prediction? What's your analysis? What's your opinion?
Game tonight's a bit of an unknown quantity. You know, we're playing a team we've never played before, in a competition we've never played in. First time I've ever been in this competition. I have to say, it doesn't fill me with much enthusiasm, having gone out of the Champions League and down out of the Europa League and into this trophy. But it's a trophy we find ourselves in, and it's a trophy that clearly we're going to try and win. So, you know, if we get through tonight's tie, we go into the last 16 with some tasty teams. And the real interesting thing now about this tournament is that the final of this tournament is in Tirana in Albania. And, you know, in recent years, Celtic have a celebrity in Albania by way of the president of Albania, who's become a massive, big Celtic fan. And I'm now starting to imagine, you know, 60,000 Celtic fans all living in the presidential palace in Tirana. So I'm really looking forward to that. So there's a wee bit. But as far as how the game goes tonight, I know nothing whatsoever about the opponents, but I do know that Celtic are playing some fabulous football. They're playing exciting football. We've got a new manager that seems to buy into the ethos of the club and everything that the club's about. There's a togetherness again. I think there's that sort of link between the fans and the playing squad and the manager. And I think we have a real leader at the club at the moment. And you know, I would expect us to beat anybody at Celtic Park on current form. So I'm pretty confident that we'll come away with a victory tonight, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Jeanette, what about you?
No, that's exactly what I was going to say. The kind of football that we are playing just now, I expect us to be a match for anybody, anywhere. I mean, what we're watching just now is just an absolute joy to watch. It's incredible. I think Eddie didn't say this, but I'm going to say it. I don't really care about this competition. I'm more interested in the league. I'm more interested in us being back, winning the league. But of course, when you're in a competition, you want to win it. It's no something that you're ever going to hope to fall out at or anything like that. So I'm not really that bothered. I don't know anything about Bodo Glimt, but I would expect us to put up a good performance tonight because we are just playing fabulous football.
Okay, well, you know, I appreciate the candor from both of you. I appreciate especially yours. And to a certain degree, I understand where you're coming from. I've heard it being bandied about, you know, quadruple and that. Yeah, what I've said is that we need to concentrate on the league and maybe winning the cup, Scottish FA Cup, and doing the treble, which I believe is within our hands.
It's only 14 games away.
Exactly. What does interest me tonight, though, is the fact that Karamoko Dembele is on the bench, but he's also put Hatate on the bench. What do you think to that?
Yeah, I mean, Hatate's came in and had an explosive start to his Celtic career. I think the guy's a fantastic player, and I don't want to get carried away because it's very early in his career, and I don't want to get too excited, but Hatate reminds me of Lubo Moravcik and how Lubo Moravcik played the game. And I think he can be a superstar for Celtic. And we can sit here and guess why he's on the bench. He might be carrying a wee bit of an ego. Who knows? And right now, I'm prepared to allow Ange Postecoglou to make all the decisions on the football pitch because he's not done very much wrong. You mentioned the treble there, you know, and we're effectively 14 games away from winning a treble.
Yeah.
And if you're anybody at this time last season would have told you we would be in this position, they would have probably carted them away to a local loony bin, you know. So Ange's doing everything right, and if he's decided that these guys are on the bench tonight, then they're on the bench tonight, and I'll trust him to make all the decisions.
Completely agree. Janet?
Well, that's a very good position that we're in, that we can put somebody like that on the bench and still have players that can come in and do a job. That's the position we're in, and he's nowhere near finished. I think he came away with something recently about saying, you know, if they met your expectations, and he said they're nowhere near my expectations. So he's expecting more for the players, and he's expecting presumably to bring more players in. So that's the very, very nice position that we're in. He can do that. He can put somebody like Hatate on the bench and still know that he's going in there with players that can do that job. So yeah, no, we've nothing to fear for anybody. And when people talk about trebles, I mean, if you're our age, you will know that trebles, despite the fact that, I mean, a lot of the young ones, they'll have seen, you know, all these trebles all in a row. But trebles are very few and far between. To win a treble as a club is an amazing thing. And prior to the run of, you know, quadruple trebles that we had, I think there was, two before? There was three before. So, you know, in your whole lifetime, you've had three, and then all of a sudden you have another four, and we're looking to possibly be down one this season. So they're the important things. Europe's always the icing on the cake, and it's where you would hope to be, but they're the important. You've got to get their things right.
I completely agree. Completely agree with both of you. Listen, I could sit here and talk to both of you all night. Seriously.
Well, we have a few pints of Guinness to say.
Exactly. And the game's about to start. So I'd like to thank you, Janet. I'd like to thank you, Eddie. Would you like to give a shout out just in case we don't get to have another interview? If you want to shout out to anyone, give out now.
To all the Celtic fans sitting waiting for this game to start, I hope you're not absolutely being blown a bit mad by the wind, but we're sitting here in a very nice, calm Rome evening. Sorry about that, but that's just the way it is.
Eddie?
I'd just like to say to the members of the Denison number one Celtic Supporters Club, I bet you never ever thought we'd be sitting in a bar outside you know, in a pavement outside a pub in Rome, getting interviewed about a match at Celtic Park. But we found ourselves here. You all know we were over here to visit Edward in his final few months as he's here at the seminary, you know, before he gets ordained in July. And this was an important visit for us out here. And just everybody will know why we're out here in Rome. And, you know, we don't often miss games, and we find ourselves in a bit of a strange situation watching a Celtic game in a bar. But here we are, and let's have a few pints and enjoy the match. Hail, hail.
Absolutely. Listen, hail, hail. We'll see you later.